Hi, Richard.
Hello, perfect. I can see and hear you very well. Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Richard. And hi, everyone. Good day. My name is Bing Renju from University of Groningen and Beijing Normal University. As you can see from this photo, I'm a Godwit man. I have been studying Black-tailed Godwit in Asia for the past 6 years. So I've learned a lot about them. So today I would like to share with you some findings of Black-tailed Godwits in our flyway. As you may heard already a lot of times, our flyway is not only the most species-rich waterbird flyway in the world, it also has the most populations in decline. Yet many knowledge gaps need to be filled. So it is also very encouraging and inspiring to know lots of our colleagues along the flyway now are trying to get a better understanding of our waders. I think without this effort, it is really hard to pinpoint the management and the conservation priorities. Not too long ago, we realized that Bohai Bay is one of the most important staging sites along our flyway, especially the north part of the Bohai Bay. It is also where I started my PhD in 2014, namely the coast of Tianjin and also the very famous Nanpu coastal wetland. Every spring, you will see tens of thousands of waders here. Among them, I think Black-tailed Godwit is one of the most common species here. Once you check them like close enough and long enough, you will easily notice that we have two different sized Black-tailed Godwits here. So the one on the right in this photo is quite common. It is bigger than the one on the right. And also, the majorities are the big ones. We also have like a few small numbers of the smaller ones. So when you zoom out and look at the entire flyway, you will see these kind of situations in Hong Kong also and in Mongolia. And also from what I know, this different body size of Godwits also appear in Thailand and Malaysia. It is also documented in the literature that the researcher found some very long-billed Godwits in East Asia. But by then, they think this is just a geographical variation of Melanoides. As my colleague Jesse Conkling introduced briefly yesterday, we have 3 subspecies of Black-tailed Godwits in our Eurasia continent. So the Melanoides, which is this one, is the only known subspecies in East Asia. From the body size-wise, the Limosa is the biggest and the Melanoides is the smallest. So if we only have one population of Black-tailed Godwit in East Asia, how can I explain the 2 different body-sized Godwits in Bohai Bay? So to test this, I used 3 ways: from morphology, genetics, and also satellite tagging. So let's say from Iceland and the Netherlands and the Northwest Australia, we have collected the morphological data from 3 known subspecies. We've also captured birds from Bohai Bay. And also from 27 locations, we've collected 240 blood or tissue samples. And we successfully extracted 195 DNA samples and obtained 482 base pair mitochondrial sequences from each DNA sample. Okay, let's see the results. From the morphology part, we found that the birds from Bohai Bay are indeed much larger than the Melanorides subspecies in every dimension. And its body size from each dimension is more close to the European nominate subspecies Limosa. And here on the right, we have this PCA analysis based on their morphology. From their projections to the PC1, we can say Limosa is still the biggest in body size in general, and the birds from Bohai Bay is the second biggest. The Melanorides remain the smallest body size. So now we have a population in Bohai Bay which has the body size close to its two European relatives. But interestingly, look at the last graph of its wing length. The birds from Bohai Bay has much shorter wing length compared with the European subspecies. So we have this kind of situation, a very short-winged versions of Godwits. So can I explain by a geographic variations of some European subspecies? Our genetic research suggested that differently. So we have found 36 mitochondrial haplotypes and 5 main haplotype clusters. Overall genetic diversity was 0.9. When we look at this chart, each pi represents a very unique haplotype, and the size of the chart, the pie chart, is the sample size, and the colors are the locations here. So in this mitochondrial haplotype network, we successfully assigned all the locations into the right subspecies. But where is the birds from Bohai Bay? It's here. Instead of clustered into these 3 known populations, it has its own private haplotype, which include the samples from Hong Kong, from Vietnam, and from Shanghai. We also did some tests on this population. From our FST test, we noticed that Bohai Bay Godwits has in general a significant genetic difference between these 3 known populations. And our analysis of molecular variants also showed that more than 90% of variations can be explained by the among population variations. So on the left, we have this neighbor joint phylogenetic tree that showed Melanorides is the oldest branch, followed by Bohai Bay Godwits and Icelandica. Limosa remains the old. Limosa is the latest branch. So, owing to the unique morphological and genetic features, we think this population should be treated as a unique subspecies. So we named this population Limosa Bohai, after the place we discovered it. Hopefully this will emphasize the importance of this key staging site in our flyway. To conclude, we discovered a morphologically and genetically distinct Black-tailed Godwit population in our flyway. Here we have this freshly published manuscript on IBIS. I will upload this manuscript later in our talks. So now, according to BirdLife International, we have more than 160,000 Black-tailed Godwits in East Asia. But now we know it is actually the mixture of the Melanorides and the Bohai from the population size and also the distribution range. So I think a lot of work still needs to be done. I think we are entering a golden era of studying waders in the EAAF, because we have very advanced technologies, and we have also such a solid network that allows us to work internationally. So the next step, we're going to study the full annual cycle of Bohai and Molanurades, and try to discover the distribution range of them separately. And then we can conduct a proper population census separately. But to do so, we do need your help. Just like Thomas mentioned yesterday, Shorebird connects us together. I say, let's use this Flyway network as a bridge to work closely in the future. Finally, I would like to end my talk with this slide. The annual cycle of the Bohai Godwit. This is one of our manuscripts in preparation. If you have any questions or any interesting photos about Black-tailed Godwit, you're more than welcome to contact me through ResearchGate and my email, which is here in the bottom. And also you can follow their migrations in real time from our global flyway network.org. And I would like to thank my two professors, Professor Thomas Piersma and Professor Zhengwang Zhang, for their great help and support, as well as my colleagues and my volunteers during my PhD. Thanks for listening. Thank you.